Good evening, everyone. Happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. I'm wearing a face mask, obviously, which I'm going to take off. About a month ago, I had a few N95 masks, but I read about the medical providers not having enough of them, and so I gave my mask to a nurse who lives in the neighborhood. And I was looking around on YouTube to try to replace the mask and found this technique a woman was showing people on YouTube. And it was to take a ankle length athletic sock and to cut it up and use the elastic on the ends to hook around your ears. And so I did that. So this is an ankle length athletic sock. And before you get grossed out, I did in fact wash it before I started to wear it. So you might be watching a little bit more television than you normally do. I know I have, and I see these news anchors, both men and women, on television, and they don't look quite as good as they normally do. And I'm sure it's partly because they're broadcasting from their basement and the lighting's not all that good. But they also don't have makeup artists who are prepping them for the broadcast either. And so if you look closely, you'll see kind of bushy eyebrows and crow's feet on the corner of their eyes, and they have roots showing, maybe as much as an inch of their natural hair coloring. And God knows, I wish I had some roots to show of any color. So we're in the fourth week of the pandemic and shelter at home, work from home situation. And AMLI remains very strong, very good financial position. Its parent, Prime Property Fund, is also doing exceptionally well, particularly against its competitors during these unsettled times. And so both of us are doing a lot better than simply surviving, which unfortunately, as we all know, is what thousands of small businesses are saddled with at the moment. So to give you a little evidence, we have collected rent, April rent, from April 1st through today, and we are at a much higher percentage than what we ever anticipated or expected to be at this stage. Most of our residents have paid, and we're working out deferred payment plans with people who found themselves unemployed or shorter working hours. So it's turned out to be a great result for us, keeps us strong, and it's a testament to our on-site property management group, both in the office as well as the maintenance team, for continuing to provide what our residents obviously think is an outstanding living environment for them, even with the amenities shut down. And to give you a little further evidence of our strength, last Monday we bought a land site in Denver, just south of downtown, for $17.5 million, all cash, no debt. It's a good opportunity for us to develop another property in Denver. We'll probably be able to get started on it late this year, early next year. And if you've been following the newspapers, there are not very many transactions of any type that are closing during this unsettled time. People are trying to back out of contracts, they're forfeiting earnest money, they're doing what they can to extend contracts. So that is further evidence of what good shape we are in. We are kicking the tires on some other opportunities that are around in the marketplace right now. Values are kind of unsettled, stock market obviously volatile, but I am convinced that we will find some other good opportunities to get involved in before the end of the year. So we are all very fortunate that AMLI remains in very good shape financially. So Greg and I hear every single day about individuals and teams who are doing exceptional things within AMLI. They're innovating, they're working hard, they're adapting, and it's across the board. It's virtually everyone. And I'm not going to make a list of names because that would make the video take hours, but if I were to do a list, near the very top would be those people and those teams whose essence of the work that they do is the reason why housing is considered an essential service under virtually all the public health orders around the country. And that would include certainly the maintenance teams who are doing emergency work orders in our residence units, our housekeepers and groundskeepers who are keeping the property disinfected, clean and safe for everyone, our construction and renovation crews who are overseeing 25 to 100 subcontractors in order to keep the jobs going, our teams that are walking new units in order to prepare punch lists and get them ready for occupancy, and the individuals who deal with the avalanche of packages that are showing up every single day as our residents order more food and more goods to be delivered by services. Delivery services are often new people who are showing up. They're lost. They don't know how to get a hold of our residents, and our people are helping them out. So what strikes me about all this is that we are indeed a family, and we are truly in this all together. So Greg and I have said this many times to individuals and teams over the last 4 weeks, so bear with me as I say it once again. We thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts for what you are doing and contributing to make sure that AMLI performs as well as it possibly can under these circumstances. And we need you to start thinking about pushing yourself and your teams harder and harder, innovating more, adapting more. As the country starts to lift restrictions a few weeks from now, I think it will be gradual, it won't be all at one time, and so we've got to be prepared for a new normal. We're going to do business somewhat differently, we're going to interact with our residents and one another somewhat differently, and so we've got to be thoughtful and innovative about how to do that. And I think if we are, I believe that Prime, AMLI, and the United States is going to come out of this pandemic stronger than ever. So in the meantime, please pay attention to the rules and recommendations, both internal that AMLI produces as well as external ones from the CDC and from your local authorities. We need you on the playing field. We need the entire team on the playing field. Sure, having financial strength is an advantage for us, but having our people is the best asset that we have. So we need you safe and healthy. We need you to think about innovating and adapting. Greg and I believe in you, believe in your ability to work hard and to innovate and create opportunities along the way. AMLI, family, strong, stay well. Thank you.